Will you be attending my wedding, perhaps?
Yes, since you invited me, I assumed you'd like me to be there. If not, you wouldn't have sent the invitation. Is there a reason you don't want me at your wedding?
Actually, I have reservations about your presence. The invitation was sent at my mother's insistence. And please, I hope your husband won't be accompanying you.
His name was on the invitation, and he plans to join me. Luckily, he's available that day.
Well, I'd rather neither of you attend my wedding.
Why is that?
Firstly, your husband makes me uncomfortable.
Why say that? It's rather impolite. Moreover, what has he done to deserve such comments from you?
Nothing but his single real arm disturbs me.
Yes, Arthur has a prosthetic arm. So what? It hasn't negatively impacted you in any way.
I just find it unsettling. I don't want someone like Arthur at my wedding. What will the other guests think?
Do you realize how discriminatory you sound? Speaking ill of others is unjustified. Arthur is my husband. It upsets me that you'd criticize him right in front of me.
I can't express my feelings about him. It's my wedding, and I have the right to choose my guests. I'm sorry, but someone with a prosthetic arm isn't welcome.
It's not Arthur's fault. Remember, he's my husband. I can tolerate your remarks about me, but not about him. Enough. What makes you so self-righteous? I love Arthur, and I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing him.
How can you love Arthur? His one working arm doesn't bother you? He's not typical. Why did you marry someone with a disability? Perhaps regular guys weren't interested in you.
Arthur is like any other man. Why are you judging him based on his arm? Can we please discuss something else? I don't want to continue this conversation. You need to mature for your fiancé's sake as well. You're 32 years old. Some feelings are better kept to yourself.
I prefer to be candid and open about my emotions.
I suppose we'll just have to respectfully disagree then. If you don't want Arthur to attend your wedding, we won't insist. Are you satisfied now?
Yes, that's my preference. Please don't discuss this with Mom, though. I'd rather avoid unnecessary drama. Truthfully, having you at my wedding would be fine, but I'd rather Arthur not be there.
I don't understand why Arthur should be penalized for something beyond his control. It bothers me that you're treating him this way.
It's my wedding day, and I should have the freedom to decide who's present and who isn't. I'm thrilled that my fiancé is successful with both arms intact. He holds a significant position in a well-respected company and earns a substantial income. He's currently managing a multi-million-dollar project, and I'm incredibly proud of his accomplishments.
I'm happy that you found happiness. While he's working on a significant project, he won't necessarily receive all the credit. After all, he's an employee.
Stop. You're just envious that I'm marrying such an exceptional man. I understand why you might feel that way, but don't direct it at me.
I don't mind taking out my feelings on you. I'm simply tired of hearing your boasts.
Our wedding will be flawless. Just wait and see. We both look stunning, and my fiancé is financially successful. We're a remarkable couple, and our guests should match that standard.
Remarkable couple? Are you joking? You're only a temp at your company.
That's irrelevant because I found the perfect husband.
Fine, have it your way. I won't bring it up again.
One thing is certain, my fiancé is superior to Arthur, considering he has both arms.
Why the need to compare them? They're different individuals. Do you find pleasure in belittling Arthur?
I believe you and Arthur are an ideal match.
Yes, we are, but not in the way you're insinuating. I'm content with my marriage to Arthur. I don't see any superiority on your part.
Believe whatever you'd like. I know the truth.
I suppose our perspectives differ. I'll attempt to make it to your wedding if possible. I'll inform you once I've decided. If my presence is undesirable, I'm content not attending as well.
I've already made my decision. You can come, but Arthur is not invited.
Well, if Arthur isn't welcome, then count me out as well. Have a wonderful wedding, Elise.
The day of the wedding.
Why are you here at my wedding? You clearly stated you wouldn't come and you brought him along. How could you do this to me?
It's more accurate to ask how you could do this to Arthur. I know you dislike him, but did you truly have to pour wine on his head? What were you thinking? Your actions are inexcusable.
Well, you ignored my wishes, so the anger should be mine, not yours.
What on earth is going on with you, Elise?
I explicitly told you not to bring your husband with a disability to my wedding. How many times must I repeat myself? You clearly told me that Arthur wouldn't be at my wedding. Why the sudden change of heart? You did the one thing I explicitly asked you not to. You brought Arthur. Did you intend to sabotage my wedding?
I didn't do anything. You're the one who caused a scene by pouring wine on Arthur.
So, you're placing blame on me now?
You're the one who ejected us from your wedding, even though we did nothing wrong. You should feel ashamed about this whole situation. I told you I wouldn't attend your wedding, but Arthur was invited as one of the groom's guests, and I accompanied him as his wife.
You're not making any sense. Why would Arthur be invited as one of the groom's guests? I'm certain he simply wanted to be part of the celebration, so he must have misled you about receiving an invitation from my fiancé. Who does that? Well, he shouldn't have come. He didn't belong there.
You're truly unbelievable, Elise, and extremely rude. I'm ashamed to call you my sister.
I could say the same right back at you. Why did you even marry Arthur? Doesn't his prosthetic arm bother you? I don't want to see either of you at the wedding reception anymore.
Are you absolutely certain this is what you want?
Yes, I'm sure. Please leave now.
Very well, we'll departing. I hope this outcome brings you happiness. However, let me clarify, Arthur is a CEO and a significant client of your husband.
What?
Yet, I suppose this detail doesn't concern you. Your husband will have to manage the aftermath. Your primary focus is evidently your flawless wedding. Enjoy the remainder of your celebration. Farewell, we're leaving now. I'm also severing all ties with you. Please refrain from contacting me in the future.
40 minutes later.
Where are you now? Are you still nearby? I need to talk to you. Can we meet?
I've left and I'm back home.
How did you manage to get home so quickly?
I was eager to depart after you threw wine at Arthur and I requested you not to reach out. I no longer consider myself your sister.
I understand your anger, but I still need to discuss something with you. Were you serious about Arthur being one of my husband's clients? My husband is deeply troubled because he believes Arthur no longer wants to do business with him. He's anxious that a significant project might be canceled as a result.
Well, your husband's concerns are valid. Arthur attended your wedding only because your husband extended an invitation, but then you confronted him and poured wine on him. Arthur has every right to be upset. It's understandable that Arthur would choose to terminate business relations with your husband. After the way you treated him, We have no desire to be associated with you.
Is this amusing to you? I'm facing a serious predicament here. My husband is in distress, and I don't know how to calm him down. Moreover, he seems to have lost interest in our wedding reception.
I see. That's unfortunate for you.
You're my sister. Shouldn't you be more concerned?
Given your treatment of Arthur, I no longer regard us as sisters. Remember, I've cut all ties with you.
That's not the issue at hand. I'm in dire straits, and I need your assistance. My husband is aware of the incident involving Arthur.
I'm not surprised by that revelation.
Now the project has been cancelled as well.
I'm sure that your husband.
He certainly is. He's indicating that he might seek an annulment, and it seems the wedding reception might be cancelled too.
You should have anticipated this outcome. Treating Arthur rudely was a grave mistake.
Missed call. Missed call. Can you please answer my call?
Why should I? I have no desire to communicate with you. Remember, you're not supposed to contact me anymore.
I'm in need of your assistance. Please help me rectify this situation. I'd like to discuss this over the phone.
Well, I won't, and I don't intend to assist you. You'll need to resolve this on your own. I explicitly asked you to treat Arthur with respect, but you disregarded that. This is entirely your responsibility. I hope this serves as a valuable lesson. You must mature and take accountability for your actions.
I had no idea Arthur was a client of my husband. A simple heads up from you would have helped. I merely requested Arthur not to attend my wedding. I don't believe I've done anything wrong.
If you genuinely believe you're blameless, perhaps this will blow over. However, I can't forgive your discriminatory comments about Arthur. You're on your own. I must go now. Goodbye.
The wedding has been cancelled. What am I supposed to do now? I need you to assist me. Your failure to inform me about Arthur being an important client of my husband contributed to this.
How can you possibly blame me? This is entirely your doing. Your failure to recognize that paints you as foolish.
What did you just call me?
I simply attended my sister's wedding. I've done nothing wrong. You're the one who intentionally spilled wine on Arthur and had us removed. Now, you must face the consequences of your actions. It's time for you to mature, Elise. This experience should teach you that bad-mouthing others comes back to haunt you. Hopefully, you'll remember this and cease making such foolish mistakes.
Right now, my top priority is salvaging my marriage. I've quit my job, and without my husband, I'll have nowhere to go. What should I do now?
That's not my concern, but it's likely neither your husband nor other family members will support you.
How can you be so heartless? Don't you care about my future? Please talk to Arthur and offer an apology on my behalf. I wasn't aware he was a client of my husband's.
Why on earth would I do that? I stand by Arthur's side, and he has every right to be upset. What you did is unforgivable.
You're my sister, a part of our family. Doesn't that hold any significance to you?
I've severed ties with you, so the family connection is no longer there. Please refrain from contacting me or Arthur. Maybe you should discuss this with our parents.
So you're just going to abandon me?
I'm not abandoning you.
I've resigned from my job. What if my husband leaves me? This isn't my fault. You should have informed me about Arthur's situation. I don't deserve this treatment.
Arthur has a disability that he doesn't wish to be reminded of or mocked for, especially by you. Yet You laughed at him and spilled wine on him. Arthur doesn't exploit his disability for special treatment. He's worked hard. Far more than the average person. Disrespecting him was entirely uncalled for. Your actions were deeply wrong. You're going to face the consequences for your actions, and rightfully so. I apologize for my behavior towards Arthur. It took me a while to realize my mistake. So, you're acknowledging your wrongdoing? It's about time. Do you grasp how long it took for you to admit fault and understand the gravity of this situation?
Yes, and am profoundly sorry. Will you please speak to Arthur now?
If you truly regret your actions, you wouldn't be seeking favors from me. The project is canceled, and there's no changing that. It's time to move forward. Instead of fixating on your failed marriage, focus on finding a new job.
Why did you even bother apologizing if you won't offer any assistance?
The need for an apology is justified. You committed a wrong. Your true nature is becoming evident, and it's unappealing. I have no more time to waste on you. Goodbye. You must be pleased that Arthur is no longer part of your wedding.
Afterward.
After blocking Elise, Madison never spoke to her sister again. Following Elise's mistreatment of Arthur, her husband left her. This revelation prompted Elise to relocate to a run-down apartment and search for new employment. During Elise's wedding, observers witnessed her disrespectful behavior towards Arthur and captured a comprehensive record of the incident. The footage, which depicted Elise pouring wine on Arthur, went viral after being shared on social media. Subsequently, job opportunities became scarce for Elise, leading her to endure a challenging lifestyle. Elise's derogatory actions towards Arthur's disability ultimately led to a series of unfortunate events. Had she displayed greater compassion, these repercussions might have been avoided. This situation has revealed Elise's true character, which is far from admirable. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.